Well, his family describes him as a hero desperately waiting to be rescued. The family has been ripped apart by the Secor Power disaster, telling their story tonight for the first time. And they believe the death of their loved one could have been prevented.
And they are pushing for crucial safety changes for the thousands of men and women who risk their lives every day by working out in dangerous waters. As WDSU investigative reporter Aubrey Killian reports, they're now fighting for the many people here in Louisiana who are working in that industry. Aubrey?
Stella, James Tracy Wallingsford's family says his death still haunts them every day. His family says he waited 3 days trapped inside the Secor before divers could get to him. They are telling their story in hopes of preventing another tragedy. James Tracy Wallingsford's family would give anything to have another one of these moments.
You got it.
His wife Sheila remembers the last thing he told her before he left home to board the Secor.
The last words that my husband said to me, "If it's God's will, I will be home."
Tracy never made it home.
I wish he was here. He's got a granddaughter he didn't get to meet.
His boat, the Secor Power, capsized in dangerous weather conditions in the Gulf on April 13th, 2021. In the middle of the tragedy, his family says they know he helped rescue other crew members. One who told investigators Mr. James Wallingsford was there. He was the one that helped pull me out. Court documents allege Wallingsford survived the capsizing, but ultimately died awaiting rescue while inside the Secor Power for 3 days. Tracy's family says he knew his way around the Secor Power well.
The engine room, airtight, watertight. He was expecting to be rescued, yes. And the rescue was failed.
The family says the Coast Guard could order some safety changes to improve people's chances of being rescued in situations like that. For example, they say crew should be required to have personal locator beacons on their life vests or belts to help rescuers find them. The NTSB, which is investigating the accident, says it found no evidence that the Secor crew had them. They say this is the 4th time they have recommended the change to the Coast Guard. And they say the devices have led to the rescue of more than 10,000 people in the U.S. since 1982 and 326 this year. The Coast Guard told WDSU Investigates. The Coast Guard's Marine Board of Investigation into this marine casualty has also entered its final stage of review. We will use the findings and recommendations from both investigations to identify any preventative measures that can be taken in the future to avoid similar occurrences. Another issue, the Coast Guard does not have divers trained or equipped to conduct rescue diving operations. Do you think if the Coast Guard had that policy, your husband would still be alive today?
Yes, definitely.
Regarding rescue divers, the Coast Guard replied following the Secor Power incident. The SMC engaged with local agencies to identify rescue divers that could assist. However, the weather and sea state at the time prohibited their ability to attempt any rescue efforts. I asked Jennifer Homendy with the NTSB about those efforts.
There were some technical issues with some of the equipment that delayed search and rescue efforts, but divers were there that evening.
And are you able to elaborate on the technical issues that happened with the equipment?
I don't have that information.
The family provided WDSU Investigates this email from the NTSB saying the NTSB made several attempts to talk with those involved in the dive operations. According to court documents, the company involved in the diving operations is Don John Smith. The NTSB says it contacted the company directly, but they declined to allow divers to be interviewed by investigators. The NTSB requested the company provide answers to written questions, but it did not respond. However, the NTSB investigators did include in their report that the divers with the most experience on unstable wrecks and open water were at the site that night. Don John Smith denied any wrongdoing in a civil lawsuit filed against numerous defendants. While those things play out, the family says what they want most is change. Meanwhile, Tracy's wife Sheila holds dear one of his shirts. She says she believes that he was wearing it when he took his last breath.
And we were best friends.
She sleeps in it every night.
The shirt is a part of him, and this is what he was wearing. And I just feel like if I don't have it on,
What's this? Is it beer?
then I'm missing a part of him. This man will always be in my heart.
So Wallingsford was 55 years old. Of the 19 people aboard the vessel, 6 bodies were found. 7 are still missing today, a year and a half later. I asked Don John Smith and their attorney for comment multiple times. They have not responded. Guys, back to you.